Welcome back. Following bloodshed over the weekend, Gauteng Community Safety MEC Faith Mazibuko is now hosting a crime summit. She's hoping the summit will come up with an action plan to deal with crime in areas such as Gauteng, Thokoza and Vosloorus. eNCA's Lindokuhle Xulu joins us live from where the summit is taking place to tell us more. Lindo, I believe there are people who stormed the meeting. What happened?
Well, Masiko, this is in fact a crime summit, and I can tell you that one of the things that is being looked at is issues of crime, issues of saying that in terms of area-based, concerns, what are some of those concerns that are coming from community meetings? And I can tell you that we have a gathering here where there is the Community Safety Department from Gauteng that is leading that conversation. In fact, Ma'am Faith Mazibuko just opened with a keynote and giving them a sense really of what is expected of this meeting, and she said that one of the things that must come out of here are not just concerns from residents, and in fact it must also be solutions from some of these eastern communities that have gathered here. We'll move around with my colleague Joel Matala just to give you a sense of what is happening here. From the usual imbizos that you are seeing, this is a different one because the approach is to actually allow for what you are looking at your screens, which are commissions that are looking at a variety of issues ranging from gender-based violence, from issue of parenting, from schools themselves in terms of how school safety can be improved. So I can tell you that this is exactly what you are seeing right now. It's been fairly, peaceful. They did allow Mamu Faith Mazibuko to actually give them a sense in terms of what is it that is expected of today's meeting. And as you can see, there are some of those commission leaders that are taking some of the suggestions from communities earlier on in this particular commission that is for gender-based violence. I did see, a board that says what are some of the issues, and now they are saying that how do we address and solve that. I'm hoping that you can see through my colleague Joel Matala's maneuvering with the camera there. But this is exactly what is happening. Instead of the usual having one by one community members complain about the same thing, you are having now commissions that are focused not only on the complaints, not only on the issues, not only on lambasting some of the law enforcement efforts, but also this is one that looks at what is the cause of a problem and actually goes into what are some of the solutions they are going to be able to present then as far as community safety is concerned, in terms of how these communities can be helped as far as combating some of these crimes. It is different commissions, like I told you before. We were coming from one that is speaking about gender-based violence. This one at this particular corner I saw earlier on, they've just turned the page, but it is about school safety. It's a commission focusing on how they make schools safe. So this is the approach from Community Safety Department to say that while there's a rising concern around issues of safety, issues of crime in many of these communities, today in Vosloorus Civic Center, we have many of the communities around here that are meeting to speak about those issues and to find solutions together with law enforcement, which is amidst them. There are many of those that are coming from Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department. There are many of those that are coming even from South African Police Service, as you will be seeing in your screen, and it's all in a manner of collaborating with communities to try and find solutions, especially at a time when there is growing concern about crimes in communities and in townships.
And Lindo, a little earlier on, you spoke to the MEC herself, and of course we have seen that she's had these summits in many other areas, especially townships, even in Alexandra at some point. Is she saying that the summit is yielding any results?
We did ask her specifically that question in terms of whether these are yielding any results or not, or whether, according to what some community members have, feared to say that this might just be a talk show, it might just be a show of force, but at the end of the day that yields no results. But the MEC has promised us to say that they are seeing some of those results in terms of improvement within some of the communities they've visited, because this is essentially about coming up with plans that are going to help those community-based organizations such as the police community forum within the communities to say that how do they collaborate, how do they encourage the public to also be part of the intelligence when it comes to these issues. It says that many communities that they've visited are well advanced in terms of ensuring that they fight against crime, that they form the structures that are necessary for fighting crime, and she is giving us a sense that there is a bit of improvement. But I think one of the most important things, especially in our line of work, would be to then interrogate some of those communities that they visited to understand exactly what has been done, what have been the improvements, and what have been the shortfalls as far as that is concerned. But from the MEC, when we spoke to her earlier on, she did say that they have seen improvement as far as crime is concerned in terms of the levels from the communities that they visited before and formed the structures.
All right, Lindokuhle Xulu live for us in Vosloorus. Let's leave it there.